Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Kato and I'm so happy you're joining me again today for another video. Today I am making a card with the new release from Crafty Meraki. It's been available for a whole week now and it's full of gorgeous Valentine's Day products especially. I love this wedding bouquet stem set, so I'm going to use that. I'm just going to use it for my background today. But obviously these roses would make awesome focal points as well, and all those sentiments in there, so beautiful. Now I'm taking a piece of very subtly patterned paper. This is just some stripes and some texture and color on there. It's not a very recognizable pattern, especially after I've stamped these roses on. Now I tried to stamp them in the Coral Reef ink by Pinkfresh Studio, but that was obviously way too light, so I'm stamping it again in the Passion Fruit ink, also by Pinkfresh Studio, and I am just filling the edges of this cardstock. I'm using all 3 roses stems in this wedding bouquet stem set, and that filled up my card pretty nicely. Now for my focal point, I am going to use the Love Forever stem set, and you can see it on the side there. It has a lot of fun critters and a lot of punny sentiments, and I am using the tiniest ones. There are 3 mice images in there, and I am using the one in the teacup and the one holding the rose. I die cut a rectangle of Clairefontaine DCP 250 GSM cardstock with one of the Wonky stitched rectangles by My Favorite Things, and I'm stamping the mice on there with the My Favorite Things Extreme Black ink. This is alcohol marker friendly. I am going to stamp it a couple of times to get a nice impression. I'm going to leave the stamps in my MISTI and color these lovely, adorable mice. Now, as you can see, it didn't stamp perfectly yet, but I am going to stamp over this one more time later when I'm done coloring. I recently started doing this because I really like a crisp dark black outline, especially if it's heat embossed with clear gloss heat embossing. So I am going to color this first because alcohol markers don't really match well with heat embossed lines. They rub away the embossed lines. It really eats away at the plastic, the melted plastic, which is what embossing powder is. So I just color first. I leave the stamps in my MISTI, and then I can stamp it again in Versafine Onyx black ink, sprinkle on the embossing powder and heat set it, and I will have a crisp, glossy outline, and I won't have any trouble coloring it. It won't destroy my markers, which is always a great thing when your markers don't get destroyed. I just have that leaf to color in from the rose, and I did add some shading, some drop shadows to ground the images later on, but I completely forgot to film that, so it was really easy. I just stroked on some lines with my gray markers and added some dots. I always keep that drop shadow really loose because I don't know how to do it correctly. Now I thought my background panel was a little bit too pale, so I'm just adding on a little bit of that passion fruit ink that I used to stamp these roses. I am using a blending brush to do that. This one is by Waffle Flower Crafts. I really like these blending brushes. I love all blending brushes. I don't think there's much of a difference, but these have pretty colors and I like that. So I'm just going to glue that paper onto my card base. I'm just using the Barely Art Precision Craft glue for that. And then I can just plop that down onto my white top folding note card. Once that's in place, I already wanted to glue on my mice panel, but I remembered just at the last second that I still had to stamp them a second time. So I'm stamping them in a Versafine Onyx black ink, which is the darkest, blackest ink I know. It's lovely and it's great for embossing as well. So I'm just stamping that twice to make sure I have a really good impression. I think I'm actually stamping it a couple more times. Yeah, I stamped the rose, the mouse holding the rose. I stamped it separately for some reason, and then I realized I still had to stamp the teacup mouse. I added some clear gloss superfine embossing powder by Wow on there, and then I can heat set that to get a really beautiful glossy outline on my images. I think this looks really professional and like a store-bought card. I don't know, it just looks awesome. Embossing powder is amazing. So I really like to add it, and I'm so happy that I found a way to add it to my marker coloring. Now I'm gluing a piece of cardboard to the back of that just to give it some sturdy dimension. Cardboard is lighter than adding a bunch of different pieces of cardstock together because it's corrugated, so it's not a full piece of paper. I don't know how to explain it. You can look at it when you're, you can look at a piece of corrugated cardboard and you'll see what I mean. It's hard to explain. I added a couple of these pearls, which are Meraki sparkle gems. These are, gosh, I forgot what they're called. I will make sure to list the correct color in the description below, but these are also part of the new release. They are releasing a couple of new gems with every new release, and I'm loving these pearls. I really, really like them. I especially love the ebony, oh gosh, the black ones. I think they're called ebony opal gems. They look like an oil slick. It's gorgeous. Now, my card is finished. This was a really quick card to make. I only spent 40 minutes making it. I had a lot of fun with these mice and with the roses. They're awesome stem sets, and I can't wait to make more cards with them. I hope you liked it too. If you did, make sure to leave a like on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. You can also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you head on over to Instagram. I will leave a link in the description below. We are having a blog hop, or an Instagram hop rather, for this new release, and you can win a gift card of $25. Just one lucky commenter gets one, so make sure you leave comments all along the hop for a chance to win that gift card. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.